Hey, check it out, it's Jan, 1/3 of MediaShinobi. I'm gonna be reviewing The Legend of Korra Book 4, Episode 9, entitled Beyond the Wilds. Now, before I begin, I would like to make a brief comment regarding Episode 8. For those of you who follow MediaShinobi on a weekly basis, we were unable to pump out a review last week. So in order to make up for that, I came up with a solution, and I would suggest watch this video to the very end because I will go into greater detail regarding that matter. So to go straight into this review, pretty much the highlight of this episode was, well, Zahir. He actually showed up. Now, this was a very popular speculation since the end of Book 3. At the finale, Minghua, Gazan, and Pai Li all died, and Zahir was the only survivor left out of the group. He obviously went to prison, but the speculation was that he would show up in Book 4 somehow, some way, and possibly help Korra. And it makes sense because, you know, Kuvira is basically the physical embodiment of everything Zahir hates. Now, for the most part, I was pretty iffy on the speculation itself simply because Legend of Korra has established itself as a series where when they introduce an antagonist in a book, they make sure that the story for that antagonist is wrapped up by the end of the book they were introduced in. But to actually reutilize a past antagonist, in this case Zahir, and actually implement him into a plot in itself was something really needed because Korra is still going through issues. Yes, she got the metal out of her body, but she's still haunted by past events. That's to be expected. So this is the situation where you kind of need to face your fears. In this case, Korra needed to face Zahir one-on-one and just basically let it all out. For the most part, I thought it was done pretty well, although I have a few comments / concerns regarding the matter. I felt like Zahir could have definitely milked out the situation a lot more before jumping on board and helping Korra. Now, granted, he technically did. Korra was acting up saying like, "I'm not afraid of you," and then Zahir's like, "I beg to differ." And as for my major concern for this book, which was also fueled by the sudden appearance of Zahir, is Kuvira herself. The moment that I saw Zahir showed up on screen, I completely forgot about Kuvira for a good minute. And that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing, but it is disconcerting because it does show how much of a big deal Zahir is, because when he was introduced, he did his thing, and then now that we're seeing him again, just makes it all the better. This is Kuvira's book. This is her time to shine, and you know, we've taken a break from her for like about an episode or two. And as of right now, I've been very vocal about how I feel about Kuvira, which is basically, I think she's cool and I like her, but that's about it. There's nothing about her that's wowing me at the moment. And even with the analogy of, oh, Kuvira is basically what Korra could have been, that's still not doing anything for me. Don't get me wrong, that's just my impression as of right now. It could easily change within the next episode, so if anything, I'm gonna bank on the next couple of episodes to see how that plays out, and then maybe then I might change my opinion on Kuvira. So that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on that matter. I mean, other notable things to mention is that Bolin and Varric made it back to Republic City. They spilled the beans regarding the super weapon that Kuvira is currently working on. The council members decided to fortify the defenses instead of instigating an attack against the Earth Empire, which makes sense. You know, they want to avoid war at all costs, especially Firelord Azumi. Hey, Firelord Azumi, I'm pretty sure you of all people would agree to instigating a war with the Earth Empire. You guys like war, right? The Fire Nation likes war. Remember the 100-year war? Yo, yeah, that was some great times. Remember the air nomads? Because I sure don't. It makes sense that Firelord Azumi of all people would be the most hesitant to agree in terms of instigating a war with the Earth Empire. You know, the Fire Nation's history isn't exactly the prettiest in terms of international relations. So, what I think is going to happen as we approach the finale of this book is that everyone's going to break off into subgroups. So we already have Opal, Bolin, and Lin. We already have Asami and Varric. And then there's pretty much everyone else. I don't know how they're going to be divided, but that's what I think is going to happen. And everyone's going to collide by the end, basically. As for theories, I'm not going to repeat myself on that matter. I've done it to death. But like I said, war, the only thing I'm now waiting on is the catalyst that will trigger the war itself. So that pretty much wraps up this review. So if you guys like the video, like it. If you guys dislike it, it's completely understandable. No hard feelings. Comment down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking about as of right now. your theories, what you guys thought about mine. I'm also open to constructive criticism as well. Consider subscribing. We try to pump out this kind of content as much as we can. And before I go, there's a couple of updates that I would like to mention in terms of MediaShinobi. So The Legend of Korra is officially coming to a close. Not only is this the last book, but this series is arguably the last series within the franchise itself. The creators don't really have any plans in the near future for this franchise. They want to move on and try out new IPs, and it's completely understandable, you know. They want to be versatile with their catalog, so I completely respect that. But the thing is, this definitely has a lot of sentimental value to us because Legend of Korra was the first series that we as MediaShinobi have reviewed episode by episode. So we've been with the series since we started, and to see this end is so surreal. Like even before MediaShinobi, we've been following Avatar: The Last Airbender, so it's been quite a long time. You know, we've been spending years on this YouTube channel just for the sake of reviewing, you know, and we've been happy that people have, you know, dropped by and spent some time just to leave a comment. And it definitely puts us in a very sensitive and weird transitional point because we're obviously going to move on to a new series and, you know, review it because that's the point of this channel. But as of right now, we haven't really considered what we want to review right now. So this is your chance as viewers to pitch your ideas of what you think we should review episode by episode. And the last thing I want to mention is that I truly and sincerely am sorry for being unable to pump out a review last week. I was bombarded with work and I just couldn't find the time to sit down and review episode 8. So in order to make up for all of that, I decided to make a commentary video regarding The Legend of Korra and Nickelodeon at the point of time that episode 8 was released. So in terms of the format for MediaShinobi, it's going to be a little weird because I just reviewed episode 9 right now, and then I'm going to be pumping out a video like sometime in the next 2 weeks regarding episode 8. So it's a little weird, but I think this is the best way I could do to make up for my 1 week absence. So again, I am truly sorry. And other than that, this is Jan, 1/3 of MediaShinobi, signing out. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.